In this episode, we look at setting up new neighborhoods for a growing population. Stay tuned. Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. One of these just finished off. We're going to finish off this tourist area that we started in the last episode, and our construction industry is really cracking on. It's doing a massively good job at getting things done really quickly and effectively. We honestly don't need to pay for stuff if the industry works at this rapid pace. Let's have a quick look at what's going on with our population statistics. We're up at 145,000. We've got a number of people living at home with their parents. So I do think we need to see about adding some additional living space. We should have, do we have living space available? All of these are full. That is quite a challenge then. With all of those full, we do need to start looking at adding some additional space. We've got this being constructed, so we should have this sorted in just a bit of time. What we probably need to have a look at is a little bit of a power situation. So let's pause the game for a second while we quickly have a look. Rob's continues to add awesome assets, and we're probably going to build some of that. Actually, we can have a look at building one of them right now. So under sports, there's these new big sports halls, and they look just spectacular. That's a sports field over there, so we don't want it to be too much tied in over here. So we could see about adding something over here. Let's see, can we add, there's a slightly smaller one, I think. Yeah, slightly smaller one over here. We may want to have, oh, this thing is obviously sports. We may have to find a little spot for it. Oh, actually, a little spot over here is not going to be bad. I don't mind that. I want to build one of these to see how they look. Let's flip it around this way. Yeah, I think that's going to be better, and we won't tie it in straight away. Yeah, something like this. Let's get cracking on building one of them. Of course, what we'll need to do is get our connectivity going. So what I'll do is we'll run it straight through there, turn it up a little bit, and then we'll start running it straight down this area, and we'll go ahead and tie in a couple of these like so. I'm going to pay for that so that the rest of this can in fact start with construction. Okay, there we go. Let's have a quick other look at what's going on over here. So we can't store all the plastics. So this thing is full up on plastics. What's going on? Oh yeah, that's just standard stuff. Full up on plastics. So our plastics production is awesome. Chemical production is doing really well. Another thing that I thought might be useful in this episode is to start looking at another steel mill and associated mechanical components factory. But we'll get around to that in due course. At the moment, I think what we'll need to do is let's tie in some additional housing over here. Of course, if we need housing, we're going to make sure there's a radio station over here. This is, in fact, a commercial building that sells all the stuff that it needs. Oh, with power. Power was where we were talking about. Okay, let's get into the power side of things. Let's switch on the power overlay, which is this one, so we can see where there is power and where there's no power. So all of this is struggling with power. Oh, now I remember where we ended the last episode. We ended the last episode with massive issues with power. Let's fix that first. I think that's let's not go nuts over here, and let's fix this one straight away. So yes, clearly we are running a little high with this single line. What we could, however, do, I don't think any of these guys are in fact over. So we could certainly run an additional line. That's not going to be too problematic for us to run an additional line. Let's double check what's going on with our actual one. So voltage, this guy is putting out a fair bit of voltage. Yeah, there's a lot being drawn over there. So that's the megawatts being produced over here. What is your cap though? See, the way this is done is it just doesn't, anyway, it's difficult for me to understand, to be honest. The way that's set out is difficult to understand. So it seems like the maximum is going to be 78. So we're nowhere close to that. So if we have more nuclear fuel over here, which we are working on, we should be able to run an additional line of high voltage cables down. And I think what we'll do is let's run some high voltage cables down. Where? This is coming in from the other side though. And this is feeding this area, being tied in with stuff from that side and then running in all directions. The problem is it's this interconnectivity of things. So what we need to do is we need to run a new dedicated line, and I think that's the plan at the moment. Let's run a new dedicated line. Let's do that. Sort out our power as best we can with the dedicated line. 12 megawatts. 12 megawatts, running 12 megawatts straight down to that side is not going to be the end of the world. Let's not do that. But I do wonder if 12 megawatts running down that way is the right call, or whether we should just do it the 18. Let's do the 18 and get it all done, over and done with. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go out that way. And then we're going to run it down. I'm going to turn it out just a little, and then we're going to run it down here. We'll probably have to cross over to the other side. Some infrastructure in the way, apparently. Cross over to the other side over here, and then we'll continue to run this down the highway. Does not want to run through there, so let's run it up here, and then we'll run it through this area. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, running power lines through our existing facilities is not great. Okay, let's go up to about there. That's okay. That's not too bad at the moment. I think we might be better off running straight down here though, following the railway line instead. So let's try and do that. We should be able to get some lines in there and then cross over here. That's okay. Now let's continue to run down here. Oh, beautiful. That's going to work. I think that's okay. I'm not opposed to that. It's a little messy over here. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little messy. And then what we'll do is we'll run it down this side. So we're basically gonna run down power on both sides. Let's park that for a second just to see where that goes. So that's running over there. If we cross over and run in here, we will effectively have an extra line coming in. Now the question is, do we, instead of running at the same line, cut across that way? It's not really tidy if we do so, but what I am, the other thing that I'm thinking about is maybe we continue to run it up this way. I'm not sure. Let's just continue down there. Let's go across here. We'll cross it over there. Cross it over here. We'll run all the way down here. Okay, now we're having a little bit of problems, so let's try and find a spot. Excellent. That's not bad. Running it through there is not too bad. I'm probably going to pay for this, to be honest. We could maybe get away with actually building it, but I think I'd rather end up paying for it. Now, what I think we do is we tie it in over here somewhere, and we get another one, and then we start running power from this area. Okay, let's get another one. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, what is the cost of that? That's 16 million. That's nothing for us. We can easily pay for that. So let's quickly see. Modded power substation. No, transformer is what I'm after. And what I'm looking for is the big ones. So the absolute big ones, the MV 18 megawatt through. Now, or, yeah, I think the 18 megawatt through is probably the right call for us. And then we have our power in this kind of general area over here. And what we can do is we can run it off into that general direction at where we need it. And we can even extend through. Yeah, I think the through is going to be the right call. So we've already got this one up there. Now let's add an extra one over here. Yeah, I think that's the one for us. Now let's quickly finish off that cable. So we're bringing in some additional power. Now, the piece that I'm kind of wondering about is maybe we tie this one in on this side, and then if that's the case, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for it because I want to tie in more appropriately. So once this is built, we'll tie in over here. I'm going to go ahead and pay for this as well, just so this is up and running, so that we can better distribute some power through our network over here. I wouldn't mind building some additional facilities also. I don't think I'm going to build an extra nuclear facility, but I wouldn't mind building a little bit more like solar or something like that. Something else that we haven't done yet. Here we go. So our power has arrived. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to tie that one in there. I'm going to tie this one in over here. So with that in mind, I think that's about right. So let's quickly go ahead. We'll bring this one down. And we'll do that. This one will bring let's bring it up over there, then across, and we'll tie that one in. And now if we pay for all of that, I believe that should work. Now that one's red. This one's no longer. Okay, I think that's stabilized a little bit. But yeah, we may be running, actually, that one's drawing straight away from the source at a rate that's pretty high, isn't it? All the way from the top. So if I go here now, is this one producing more? Not really producing more because the other's not tied in yet. Once we tie in the other one, we should have a bit of a better run at things. Okay. So now with that in mind, let's quickly go underground and ooh, that is not a friend. It's not a friend. What I want to do though is redo that section. So let's, this is the, not the, I want this one. Let's, I'm going to trim this one back all the way over there. We'll do that, and I'm going to tie in this one over here now. There we go. We'll pay for that, so we'll run at least a little bit from there. And now we'll see about running some voltage cables this way. Okay, so let's start running a couple over this way, and I want to do 2 of them. Let's just make a start. Okay, let's stop snapping it. Why is there some infrastructure in the way? Let's try it that way. Okay, perfect. Now with that in mind, now we can put snapping back on and we can run 2 pretty direct cables down this way. So let's just see where we're going to run this. This is going to be pretty long cables. Oh, it's not going to go down there. Okay, well, let's go up to about this spot over here. Get the neighboring line to do the same thing. Yes, excellent. This is a little tidier than it used to be, actually. So now what we want to do is go underneath that one. We'll go down the level. Do that one. Perfect. There we go. And now we can do about there. And up to about there. Now, this guy, what's happening over here? Oh, this is the additional, those funny additional access points that we've got. Now, what we need to do is obviously provide a little bit of power in a few locations. So let's get ourselves a substation or 2 over here that we can power from that side. There's a lot struggling over here. Oh, of course, we need some power in this general location. So there's nothing we can tie into with regards to power, right? No, so we need to get a substation going straight away. Let's get that going. Modded, not the transformer, the substation instead. So if I zoom it out just a tad, I can find that over here is probably sufficient, but that might not. We'll have to have a look. So I think that spot over there is going to be a good tie-in point for us. So let's do it something like this. Here we go, we'll do that. Grab our cabling. Grab the right one. Up to about there. Hopefully that'll do the trick. I'm gonna go and pay for that. We'll end up coming up here and paying for this as well. I just want to see if we've got the power going on. So I think now we've got additional power in the vicinity and we can start relaying it to wherever we may need it. So let's do that. Let's quickly finish off that little one and let's just give it a bit of an access point in the area over here. So that's running across this way. So we may not need any additional access anywhere else. So let's just do that then. Let's just pay that. Okay, there we go. So hopefully we should start seeing some power rushing through the pipes over here, or the cabling. There we go. So now this is powered in this area. We will need to support. Maybe we don't need additional quite as much support over here. So there is some shopping facilities over here. So let's start looking at some of the other things that we're going to need. We will need a bit of a clinic in the area. So let's go with the hospital. Pause the game for a second. We'll get ourselves, and I've got I think new clinics just arrived just recently also. There's another big clinic over here, which is like 60. That's a nice one. We haven't actually used this one. Ooh, spin it around. Now, if we wanted to, you know what I'm thinking? We should probably try. No. We need the buildings first. So let's start by getting ourselves a little bit of a additional road connection in here. In order to make that happen, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's get ourselves a bit of a what call this? This is it's like a little. Just a road connecting from this road and then going back into that road over there. So let's do a little something like this. We'll give ourselves a little section over here. Tie it in. We'll give it all the appropriate turns. There we go. Now that's fine. So there we go. That's a little section of road over here. So we've got a little bit more to work with when we add some buildings on here. Now, going back to that clinic that I wanted, let's go and grab this guy, and we're going to place it directly off of here. There's no power in this location yet, so we'll have to see and make do. I'd rather do it on this side, though, so that it squeezes in there a little bit better. Okay, so a clinic in over here. What else do we need? We need some sporting facilities. So let's look at a sports playground. They do have access to this one. So I might do a sports playground in this area. Let's do the big one. I wanted to place the big one, the big sports hall. This is the... is this the big one? Yeah, I think this is the big one. It'll tie in nicely with our kind of touristy area over here as also. Let's just place that one over there. We'll get a couple of schools as also. So let's grab... go out of here, get some schools. Do I have new schools as well? I'll place a school in this spot right here. Okay, so we'll get a school going. We'll definitely need some kindergartens. I think I've got a school in here, but that's fine. We'll get a school. Let's get some kindergartens, and then we need some places for people to live. What is this? This is a small one. It's not a bad. That's not a bad one. We can do a couple of these because you want I think a few more of them a little bit more regularly. Place one over here, and then maybe one, certainly squeeze one in here. Okay, so a couple of kindergartens over there. Now let's get some residential facilities going. I'll tie up some paths before we release everybody to start the constructions. Residential, there we go. Now, in order to kind of keep pace, we need to do the big ones, right? So these guys, they're the real big guys. So let's get a couple of the big guys over here. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around a little bit so we kind of have one off on this edge. We'll do one over there. I'm gonna do one over here, like so. So there's a couple of the big ones. Do we add another one in here? I think so. Okay, we'll add another one in there. Now, I think we should be able to add one more in here, or do we flip it around and get it this way? I almost think we flip it around and get it this way. It's looking a little nicer like that. Let's do that. So there we go. There's like at least 2,000 additional capacity over here. So I think that's it for the big ones in this area. What is the height level of this thing? I've no idea, actually. Is this thing higher? It's not. How much is this? This is another pretty sizable one. What I'm thinking we can do is we can do a couple of them. Something like that. Yeah, something like this. I'm just hoping there's sufficient room for us to get the pathway through there. I think that will work. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and connect these two up. Yeah, and then I'm going to try and give us a single pathway over here. We're going to tie in if we can make a start without it snapping, it would be useful. Ah, there we go. Something like that, and then we'll tie it in. Oh crap, that's not gonna work. Let's bring that back out a little bit, and we'll try and reconnect it over this way. Yes, that's the one. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for that, so that should work. Now let's get some of these things connected. So I'm trying to do this. Oh! It should pass. There we go. Clearing nicely over there. We're going to want to do a little pathway up there that we can tie in. And we're going to want to do at least something like this. Can I wrap around that way? Up around that way, tie in over here. That's not what I wanted. Let's drop that one down. Let's rerun it. Yeah, I like it. There we go. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Can we? Oh man, we could not, we won't be able to tie it in that way, but we may be able to wrap it around this way. Yes, and tie it in over here. Liking it. Let's tie in a few of these things. tie it in. Oh, too steep? No. Come on. That one works. This one doesn't have to work, but what we could do is we could run a little something down there. Oh, I don't know if we'll be able to get up here. Oh, what we might do is we might run it down and over like so, and then tie it in over that way. Something like that. It should work. That's okay. Let's go ahead and pay for all of that. So there we go. There is the starting point of what we're going to try and do here. We may need some additional facilities in here, but that looks pretty good. So that's a further 2,000 housing opportunities over here. What we will, however, need is a little bit of power. So let's quickly bring in the power. And then I think we'll turn our attention to setting up a new steel facility, which will have to be connected to rail. I wanted to use some shunt services instead to bring in everything we need, as opposed to having it all done in the same spot. I never, I've come to not like what I've done with the steel as a starting point. So let's bring this guy up. I'll do this for now, but I'm not necessarily a big fan of that. What we'll do is we'll make sure to tie that one in there. So now some of these should be able to get constructed. We'll do that. This one over here that still needs some work. We could most definitely wrap this one across that way. Oh, no. Cancel that. Yes, there we go. That's the one I want. There we go. And pay for all of that. Now, power is something we need over here. Buildings are on fire. Ooh, we probably need some fire service and stuff over here. Let's quickly have a look. The new UI is still not in. Hopefully that'll come in very soon. If we go to power substations, and we'll quickly see about... We may need more than one, so let's squeeze a couple in here. So I'm going to go with one right over here, and probably one right over here, if it will fit. Doesn't seem to want to work in this location. Seems like it may work over there. That's okay. And what we may also do is maybe we'll provide a little something in somewhere up here, maybe. That's a little too far away. So let's do it up in this spot right there. And hopefully that can provide... Yeah, that'll provide from this side also, all of these guys. I want to create a fair bit of redundancy in how we do the power. That one's linked up. Let's make sure to... link that one up, and this one will need a little bit more thinking about. We'll eventually get it linked up. Let's just pay for all of that. Let's see about running a little bit of power underground. Going with this guy. We'll tie that one in there, and we'll pay for that. And so we should have power over here that'll help out all of this area, and then I can tie in the others in due course. Just have a look here. Ambulances haven't arrived. Have we built all of this? Let's just double check that we've built. Oh, I don't think that thing's built. That's the problem. Up across, and what we'll do is end up building that. So now we should have power over here. So all of this should now be, in fact, be powered as soon as they come online. Look at this. We're almost done over here. So let's quickly fly on over to our plane building facility and have a look to see if our planes are, in fact, being constructed. As we arrive, there is nothing going on. Last helicopter is coming in. Oh, there's another one coming in. Let's flip that one out and get some planes being constructed, if you don't mind. Let's swap out that for the time being. So construction is going pretty reasonably over here. We don't necessarily have the people. So what I'm kind of wondering is, do we do we go nuts and build some more facilities over here? But I don't think we've got the heating in this area. What's going on with our heating? Let's just have a look. This is the heating tanks over here. There's the closest one over here. Is this one operating at... Yeah. At the moment, its estimated maximum drain isn't that bad. So what we could, in fact, do is build a couple of additional buildings over here. And they can gain access to this station, I believe. Yeah, this area over here. Let's quickly do that. Let's get a few more buildings. I'm not going to go the super biggest ones. Let's get a few more residential buildings right in this spot. Not the big ones, but the slightly smaller. Maybe these ones. What did I do? Yeah, I'd rather go with these ones. That's and that is actually a prefab building with like 220 workers. Yeah, that's fine. Is there anything else in here that we should be looking? Oh, all of these guys, these 11-story ones. Well, how much is that? 220. Yeah, that's the one. Let's do a couple of these guys. Power is up to about here, so we will need to get additional power in this general area. But I think close by here might be the right call for us. So let's we don't have any heating over here, so we'll probably need to bring in some additional heating. Let's see if we do. How far away is that? That's probably pretty good. So let's just go and fill in a few of these guys. And we'll slot in a few more. Actually, if we do it, no. Let's do it closer to this side. So we're closer to this station, and then we'll put some of the sporting facilities and so on that side. I think this will do the trick for now. Actually, what we'll do is let's do that, and that's going to be a pretty nice shape, to be honest. There we go. So that's going to kind of be what we're going to do. Let's see about running the various stuff that we need. If we go, well, what I would like to do is make sure that we have a firm connection to our underground facilities over there. If I do something like this, which is pretty much in the middle of everything, right? Okay, at the back of this building over there, that's where I'm going to go in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Let's do that. It's pretty quick and effective for these guys to get across and over there. But let's do that, and we'll also do... Oh, I'm hoping we can squeeze one in here. We may not be able to. I'm just thinking now, that's a bit of a challenge, though. Oh, no, we'll get it. We'll get it to work. There we go. Now let's tie that one in here. We'll go and get a tunnel all sorted out. Excellent. That's going to be good. We will go ahead and pay for those. Now let's get the rest of the pathways going. So I'll run a path. Like this. I love it. It's like, look at that urban design right over there. Do that, and we'll tie it in over there. There we go. That's a bit of urban design right there. We'll tie this one in over here, like so. What we'll do is we'll start bringing in a few paths to this side, though. Straighten that up, straighten that up. Tie this one in straight this way. There we go. See about getting these all tied in over here. There we go. That's good. Let's get paying for that. So now hopefully this construction will start. We'll get an extra shop or something going on in this area. We're gonna need power. We're gonna need heating in this in the location also. Let's some of the stuff that's probably gonna struggle getting built is at the very least this guy. But I'm also tempted to just go ahead and get that constructed. That should help things out. So these guys should then be able to get here pretty quickly. We'll then have a look to see if we're actually moving any workers from here to there, but that'll help us build more stuff, more planes. Now let's get some heating going on. This is a constant need to continue our expansion to make sure that everybody's got a bit of a home. Yeah, our population is massive. It's growing so quickly now. Let's get the large heat exchanger ready to go. I think if we place it in this spot right here, it's probably about the right thing to do. And that will give us another road access in this area also. Let's do it up to there, so we at least overlap a little bit, get a bit of a resilience going on. Okay, and we tie it in over there, and that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pay for that. Now let's get the heating pipes going. So get the underground heating pipe from here. We'll go underground and we'll see. Yes, in fact, we will have. Oh, there's only the one. My goodness, I like it. So let's go around through there. Excellent. So we should at least get another one. Here we go. Go nuts, get that sorted out. Okay, excellent. So these things should get under construction. We need some power in the area also. So let's just make sure to get a couple of those substations in place. I used to do as little as possible. Ooh, that's a big building. Yeah, I remember this one. But I haven't done it yet. Still want to do it. Initially, I always try to get as few of these things in as possible. But to be honest, the right call is now probably to get as many as you can. So a few little spots over here should help with our little power situation. So if we do that, that means at least a double layer of power over these. What I'm keen on doing is getting a bit of a excellent, that's awesome. We'll do that. Go nuts, get that done. What we do, however, need is to get some power over here. Let's do that, and then we're gonna move on to, so where can we get power? No power availability in this spot. Don't have any power over here. Yeah, someone's been telling me in the comments about we need to get this power. That's why all of our meters are rotting. I know that the game actually doesn't function that way, but I do get it. It makes sense that we actually sort that out at some point. Now, unfortunately, the only thing that we're going to be able to do is just get another substation or transformer going on over here. Okay, but let's do that. Let's quickly trim back this and get another power transformer in this location. So with that in mind, we can get ourselves this power transformer. So we'll grab the modded power transformers. What am I doing? I'm doing the 18 megawatt pass through, right? Or just let's just do a smaller one. Let's just do an 8 through. I think an 8 through is probably going to be just fine. The only issue I have now is to make sure that we can, in fact, get a bit of a road connection in this location. So if we do it this way, alternatively, if we do it the other way, like that, it'll send the power directly into the right spots, but we won't be able to get the road to work as nicely though. So let's just do it over here, and we'll just have to deal with it. So we'll get that guy built. Get our road connection tied in. Like so. Pay for that. Get me the big boys, the megawatts, the 18 megawatts, and we'll just tie that back through there. We'll go ahead and pay for those. Of course, what I'll need to do is pay for this thing because we're going to drop out power somewhere else. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll go with the medium lines. Do this. Here we go, and yeah, let's just pay for that too. There we go. So now we've should have power ready to go in this area. At the very least, as a starting point, we should have power from the one side, and that means we can now see. We should be able to start seeing these guys build. We'll need a few extra facilities. Let me quickly go ahead and add a couple. So we're definitely going to need a bit of a hospital. There's a hospital over here, though, but they won't be able to walk to it. So let's just get something a little bit closer nearby. Not a big clinic. Can we get something like a smaller clinic, maybe? That's too small, though. This is not bad. That, to be honest, that's the size. That's the size we're going to want to talk about anyway. So should be able to tie that one in over there. That's good. Let's get that. Oh, snowing. It is winter. I'm hoping our heating is up to the task. I'm hoping our heating is up to the task. Now, we'll also need some schools, so let's get some schools going. At the same time, we'll probably need a shop too, so let's just get the schools first. We'll get this 4-story school option over here. Yeah, this little road that we've built here is actually quite useful for what we're talking about in this spot. So let's get that slotted in. We'll need a couple of kindergartens, so let's get that as well. Maybe not that much, actually. Sporting is going to be... We'll get sporting out on this side, or even on that side. Actually, that might work. Get sporting on the other side, and then get a little bit of a bridge across. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's get some kindergartens going. Kindergarten, something that makes sense, a sensible size. That's the big one. It's a small one. They're like a medium-sized one. 180. Yeah, the medium. Medium is the one for us. Yeah, like it. There we go. Medium's in there. Now let's get the sports playground. We'll go back to one of these new ones that Mr. Rob's done. The school gym, but the big sports hall. Not the super big one, but just the big one. What I'll do is I'll try and move it a little bit over here, so it's very central between any places that we're going to try and create. I'm going to go ahead and spin it around. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and build it. What we'll do is we'll get a connection on this side for the construction crews to work from. On this side, I'm thinking a bit of a bridge connection. Let's just tie that one in there. That's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and tie these up. Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good. Now, I just want a bridge connection. We'll go with the concrete bridges. So we'll go... Which side is the top? That side's the top. We'll do that. And then we'll do a connection. How will we connect this? Maybe instead we'll do something like that. Well, we won't be able to get a... Let's just do this. Let's just do this. I'm going to do a straight shot across. Doesn't actually want to connect itself. So let's do that. We'll try and get... I believe it should work. That's fine. Go ahead, pay for that. Pay for this one, pay for those. Those are paid for. Okay, now, let me just go ahead and tie this one in. I'll run it up there, though. We'll just get it here so it's the closest connection. There we go. So now we've got some connections going on. We need a shop as well. And then the last few minutes, I'm going to start talking about what our new steel mill is going to look like. A shop in this spot is what I'm after. So let's have a look at our modded shop. Something that will work here. Something... Department store. Is that new? Come on. Actually, I don't mind this. This looks pretty cool. How much room does this have? This is 2.5 tons. That's okay. Let's do this. Let's get this one up and running. In that spot right there, I'm hoping it'll work. Okay. What we'll need to do is get a couple of storage facilities going on as well. So let's grab the cold storage. Now, the cold storage. Yeah, see, these guys are going to be struggling. So let's make sure. The other one. This is the small warehouse. Let's see. How are we going to do the small warehouse? Let's just do it this way. I'm not going to do an additional... Yeah, let's just do this. If we do that, we should be able to get them both of the same little path. So with that one in place there, the next one we'll do is the cold storage, and that's actually going to work really nicely. A really efficient little setup over there. What I want to do is I'll just go in and pay for these little road sections. There we go. Road sections being paid for. So now all of that should be built. So now we've got a shop, we've got a hospital, we've got a school, we've got a kindergarten, pretty sizable kindergarten. We've got some sporting facilities, and that area is looking really nice. We've also got direct connectivity to the train station. So hopefully we should be able to get more workers to the spot where they want to go. Now, okay, what do I want to do? I need to get another steel mill up and running. I'm going to head down to Ultimagrad because Ultimagrad is where we're going to need to do that. Let's quickly see on the way down. How's this going? It's going, but there's still miles to go. I might end up finishing some of that off myself. Do we have these under construction? No. These? No. That's not what I wanted to see. If we come down over this way, do we have this under construction? Yeah, that's under construction. This is under construction, and that is under construction. So that's good. Can we see if someone can get something from across the river here? Should have a facility up here to use. That's the one. And it's not building anything at the moment, so let's just make sure to assign it to some construction. I'm thinking this piece, these two pieces over here. Actually, we can even... anyway, that's probably not going to work. So let's just get that up to there. We need some signaling in this spot. Let's just get those two going. Have a quick look at what's going on with our signaling in this location. They'll want to be able to switch back. So they will actually be able to do that. But what we'll need to do is just make sure we provide this. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I think that's going to work just nicely. That is going to work just fine if we use that. Okay, now, in the last couple of minutes, we'll just say where we're going to do it. And I think I'm almost tempted to put our steel production either here or there. Let's have a quick look at what our... Oh, that's snapping. What does this look like? Might be a bit tight to get steel in here. This spot over here might be more appropriate. We should be able to get workers in here pretty quickly and effectively. Yeah, I think that's going to be the spot for the steel. So if we go into industry, into this, there's the steel mill. I think that's a good spot for it. This might work, but it'll be a bit challenging. So what I'm interested in doing over here is if we do the steel mill by itself, we can run everything in from the rail, no problems whatsoever. We can run everything in from the rail. Now we've got some electricity problems. Might have to go back and have a look at that again. Pause for a second while we quickly figure this out. So the steel over here. So if we do something like this, I'm going to place it down so that we can kind of see what we want. So everything needs to come in by a rail. We've got the rail right next door. We're going to bring in, so electricity we'll need to bring in. Of course, we'll do a big direct connection for electricity. Then I also want us to make sure we bring in coal and iron ore. Coal and iron, not coal and iron ore. Coal and iron directly in there by train, and workers via train as well. And is that about it? So the question then comes to me as, do we go ahead and put, if it's steel only, it's steel by itself, it's quite an easy one to do. So let's do that. Let's place it over here as a starting point. I'm gonna go to the modded stuff. I don't think I've got a modded steel mill, but I definitely have a modded, yes, this is the modded mechanical components factory, and that generates 7.5 tons and uses 11 tons of steel. So really it's not that bad. Now the question is then, if we wanted to place this one here, which I do want to do, we probably need a little bit of additional storage in the middle. Okay, so with storage, let's quickly go over to storage. I've got a new storage from this 3K plus one, but I don't think that's the one. Actually, that might be the one for us, because that is rail connected, I believe. So that may in fact be the way we're going to do this. Is let's get our rail connected storage. Over here. But now the access point is not on the right side. I'd rather have all the access points on this side then. Okay, so let's do that. Let's try and get it nice and close there. Okay, this is going to be a problem though for the roads. Nah, it's not going to be the end of the world. Let's do that then. Get a bit of a storage going on over there, so we'll at least have a little bit of overspill. And then what I'm going to go and do is get the factory. Okay, factory. And I'm going to grab this one, the mechanical components factory. Now, with all of our road connections on this side, I'm going to make sure that our connection, in fact, is on this side also. But I'm going to, yeah, so over there, it'll be slightly off-center. I think that is going to be appropriate. So there we go. I think that's our new steel mill and mechanical components factory section right in here. The problem with this though is workers. This is the thing that I didn't properly consider. I didn't consider how we're going to get workers over here. So we can obviously bus workers in, but it's probably not the right call for us. We might want to instead have. Let's demolish this. Okay, let's have a quick look. If we now go with a modded platform or station, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. Trying to get everything connected just never seems to want to work. Okay, let's go. Platform. What am I looking for? I never find these things. I don't know why it's this difficult. Platform station. There we go. Platform station. So if we go with something simple, like say this one. Oh, we could. But if I want to do that, I may want to bring them in a little closer, though it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I may want to do that. Let's demolish this one also, and let's get a bit more central with this. Okay, let's start with that one again first. So let's bring it in there, slightly more central. Gonna want to line it up like that. Okay, do that. Then we go back to storage. We redo that. Come on. Grab my new 3K storage, which has enough for 100 tons of mechanical components and 2,800 tons of steel, which is about right. So let's do that one. Now let's spin it around in the right possible way again. Yes, I think that's what we're after. So now if we do it this way, we should have enough room to transition from the one side to the other side, and we should be able to get workers in here. Yes, that is going to be brilliant. Now let's go to the factory. Where's my factory? Mechanical components. I'm going to spin it around this way. Excellent. That is going to be perfect. There we go. That's our new complex right over there. That was not too difficult. What I'm going to do now is just make sure that we have the ability to cross over. Yes, we do. Now, with the ability to cross over, we're also going to need the ability to... And this is the problem. We don't have the ability to... Okay, hang on. Can we get that a little closer still? That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. Can we please get a signal in here? We could maybe move it so we have a signal on one side. No, but we're going to need signals on both sides. So I'm going to get rid of this quickly. I'm going to finish the episode very soon. You can tell me what you think of our new facility here. So I'm going to move this thing a little bit further away. With that out of the way a little bit more, I'm hoping we can get what we need to do here. So let's actually start off with this. Now let's start off with a little straight section through here. To do that, I'm hoping this will have enough room for some signals. Excellent. That's brilliant. Now go over here, get my modded platform station. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be there. I think that's about right. So if we do that, we should be able to get it sorted. Do that. Let's finish this off. Excellent. That's quite a straight little section there. We should be able to get some signals in here. Nice. There we go. That's awesome. So now a train can transition from the one to the other and potentially pass through. We'll just need to check how we work our signaling, but at least if we can squeeze them in, that'll work. I wanted to make sure that we build the appropriate footpaths, like so and like so. There we go. There we go, guys. That is the setup for our new steel producing facilities. That's our new steel mill, our new mechanical components factory. We will be bringing in workers directly from over here. We should have tons of workers ready to go from right over here and right over here. So there should be a ton of workers ready to do that. We can also bus in from over here if we do end up getting some more workers in this general area. But this area is growing nicely. That's all done. All of this is done. So our tourist area is awesome. Let's switch this off very quickly. Nice. That's awesome. There we go. That's our new steel facility. Tell me in the comments what you think. We should be able to get that built fairly quickly. So we'll finish off the planning in the next episode with regards to the rail connections, the road connections, and the likes. Also the power. And how we're going to get some workers down over there, but it's not going to, I don't think it's going to be a challenge to really get workers there. And then we'll start, then we can move steel from here to anywhere, basically. There we go, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.